Hello, Jim. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Excellent.
I didn't know you were a Nebraska fan.
Yeah. N-Star,
I
navy
think
blue and
that's
gold.
that's Navy. Um, so Stu,
Yes.
it's almost the end of February.
Can't believe it. I'm
That
looking at the
means
date. That means this next time we do this, Jim, it will be March.
so what
So
does
close.
that mean?
So
What does
close to
that mean?
springtime for me. Is what it
Does that
means. It
mean we're
means the
going to
days.
start coming out of the gym and we're going to start doing things outside?
I've been doing outside all winter, Jim, except for an occasional icy day.
Yeah.
But yes, it just means days are longer, a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Nice to be outside.
Yeah. Okay. I should have phrased that differently. It means those of us who aren't members of the Justice League will be coming out of our inside
Oh,
gyms and working out outside. I know Susan's been outside the whole time too. So I guess I'm the wuss.
hmm.
Um, but I am excited because we're going to be moving and grooving and getting outside and doing a little more cardio. Not as bulked up as I would have liked to have been after this winter's lift cycle, but it is what it is.
Yep.
So,
So what are we
Stu,
talking about, Jim?
well,
I,
let me
I
ask.
see a 0 to 1,000 lead 4-part guide as an email today, which I
Yeah.
thought was really kind of cool.
Well, we're rounding out lead generation month
Okay.
with a very timely topic, but I want to slide into it, kind of ease into it real quick. Hey Stu,
Yes.
if you had to start over again with working out
Ooh.
in like a minute or less, what would you do to get either back if you'd been in a coma for two
Yeah.
years
All right.
or locked in a dungeon or whatever, what would you do if you had to start all over again?
I would first do everything with my body, like body weight stuff, squats to get my legs stronger from sitting up to sitting down to standing up, and plank poses to get my core stronger and be able to push myself up off the floor to standing. So be very basic and just walking. That's
Okay.
it.
And
I
then
do an upper body day, a lower body day, and walk every day.
okay. So let me ask you this, and that's great. So in other words, you would go back to the most productive, time efficient thing that you could do. What's up, Vicky? What's up, Mary? What's up, Paul?
And basic that I know
And
work.
basic and that you know works. Okay. All right. Basic and we know it works. So Stu, let me ask you this. Something happens, and this happened to me one time. It sucked too. It sucked. You wake up tomorrow and your whole database is gone.
Mm,
The server, I'm not trying to, knock on wood. This is for, hey, dear universe, dear karma, this is for illustration purposes only, okay? But had everything was gone. Now we were able to salvage a little bit of it, but it taught me a lesson because we started backing up our database. And 10 years later, when I had another, basically a server factory, farm, whatever, a server place burned to the ground, we had our database to be able to upload it and somewhere else and kind of pick up where we left off. You wake up tomorrow, you've lost your list. What do you do to rebuild your list if you had to start over from scratch?
hmm. I would hit social media
Okay.
and create some articles, share them, give some opt-in, you know, options for emails,
Okay.
and just create content. I mean, good content that's useful and helpful.
Okay.
I mean, pretty much what I do now. Every day, I would just keep doing it because my goal every day is to create useful content,
Mhm.
give it to people who are already subscribers and that I have relationships with,
Mhm.
and try to create new subscribers and customers.
Okay. Very cool. So throwing it out there to keep the existing people happy and throwing it out there to new people as bait to get them into your universe.
Yes.
Okay. So that's a great strategy. Gee. So interestingly enough, and if you think about it, this is a pool. Okay. And so this has got little subscribers in it and stuff, and people do their thing. The problem is that maybe you have subscribers flowing in, but you also have subscribers flowing out. They leave.
Happens.
They
Yeah.
they one of these kids actually becomes a Green Beret, okay,
Don't
or
need me
whatever it
anymore.
is.
Yeah.
They'll always need you. About the time it hit 40s, too.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, if this cuts off, this gets stagnant. And so, but what a lot of people do with their list building, and myself included, you can get fat and happy, and it's like, hey, I got a great list. Let me focus on making money off of this list, and you forget to keep doing the stuff over here that keeps new people flowing in, because inevitably people just flow out. They flow out from a standpoint of, they change emails, they change professions, just things change. Um, but if you want to take a giant, I was just about to say, if you want to take a giant dump in the pool, but that's, if you want to make a giant dump in
Make
the
a
pool,
cannonball.
yeah, there you go. If you want to have a big influx, you really want to kick it off. What you just described here is kind of like, this is kind of like maintenance.
Yes.
Okay. Meaning this is like pool maintenance. All right, when I was down in Aruba, the guy every morning would come out and he'd scrub the sides and he'd clean the chairs in the thing and clean out the traps and, rearrange all the, to just keep everything super nice so people wanted to be in the pool. But if the people out front weren't doing their job of bringing in guests and, selling people into the resort and all that other stuff, eventually, no matter what he did here, nothing's going to happen because nobody's showing up. So you got to think in terms of maintenance, which this was excellent. Okay. But this is something that you said, I do this right now. And that's why you still have a business 30 years later.
Mm.
So the other thing though is doing events. So like this afternoon, we're doing an event at 1:00. We're going to reveal the Authority Book Blueprint. 1:00. You can go to authoritybookblueprint.com and register for the event. I'm going to show you exactly how you can create a book, just like all of our students here. That's just a tiny fraction. My freaking bookshelf is getting full.
Mm.
And I got
That's
a bunch of
awesome.
them stacked over there. We
That's
don't
an
even
awesome
have up.
problem, Jim.
Yeah.
Awesome problem.
Good problem to have. But if someone, people ask me this all the time. Hey, if you had to start over today from scratch, how would you build or rebuild your list? And the answer is very, very straightforward. And what I would do would be to do some sort of an event. And that event, we could call it a webinar. We could call it, we'll just call it a webinar, Facebook Live, a podcast, whatever. That webinar would have one hellacious promise of a result. Okay. That was very valuable to my target audience, to my avatar. So if my avatar saw that, they would go, oh, holy crap, I'm in, sign me up. Okay. And then I would put together that webinar with an amazing offer on the end. Okay. I wouldn't necessarily do it maybe as mercenary or as vicious as you might if what I'm saying is I would make an offer, but the offer wouldn't be to the point that people felt like I had them in a headlock. Okay. It'd be a good offer.
Right.
But the purpose here is to build up the list with people who are like, okay, that was damn good. And he's got something if I need it. And that's the other thing. The training needs to be damn good. Okay. Needs to be extremely valuable. It can be what to, why to, and a little bit of how to thrown in, but it's got to be something where people say, okay, that helped me move the needle. So then that's the event. That's independent of how do I get people to register for the event. And there are really only 3 ways to get traffic to an event offer. Okay. You can buy, you can borrow, and you can build. What does that mean? It means you can buy ads. Okay. You can pay money up front to get people to show up. This is the most scalable, and this can be the most controllable, but it is also risky if you don't have an advertising budget. Borrow is basically affiliates or trading, but you don't have anything to trade because you don't have an audience, because this is, if I had to start all over. So basically what you got to do is have an event that's so damn good that the avatar, I had to make the avatar smaller, that the avatar is like, oh, hell yeah, I'll sign up for that. And whoever's already got the ear of this avatar, they've got them on their newsletter, they've got them in their customer database, they've got them in their social media following, all that good stuff. You go to them and say, hey, I got this great event. They're going to get this great result. And I'm making an offer at the end, and I'll give you X percentage if they buy. So it's a win-win, win-win-win. Great. And then the other way of build is basically you have your own email list, you have your own social media following, you have what Stu has to be able to say, hey, I'm doing an event, and people go, hey, yeah, I'd love to come. So the problem is that if you ain't got a list, you can't do that. So you're either going to pay up front for traffic, or you're going to pay after the fact for traffic. If you do it right, this is cheaper, because I know people that are getting 500% ROI on their ads. Okay. Borrowing is less risky because you only have to pay once someone has paid you. But on the flip side, this person's probably going to want 30, 40, 50% of whatever you make. Some people will want 80%. So here's the thing. If this offer at the end is the only thing you're ever going to sell, you better figure out how to do it with ads. Because the whole point here is to use this process to build up your list and get customers, so that over time, these people will buy from you again with a different offer. So if you don't have a list and you want to build a list really, really fast, do an event. Do something that's going to teach people how to move the needle effectively in about a 30 to 45 minute time frame, and then you've earned 10 to 15 minutes to make an offer at the end. And if you're doing it right, you should be building towards the offer the whole time in that presentation. So it's not like a, teaching. Okay, now it's time to pitch. That's when everybody leaves. So Stu, if you were going to do an event, if you were going to do something, what would be like an event that you might do?
I would probably start off with like the Never Quit Mindset event, and actually create like a little mini course. I mean, I've already created it, but I would discuss it and try to pitch that event at the back end.
Pitch
So
what? The mini
the
course?
yeah, that there's a course
Yeah,
to the book and the ebook option.
yeah, absolutely. So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
I it that
kind of talk about the meat and potatoes, but don't give away the whole meal. And then say, if you want more of this, check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other cool thing that you can do though, and this is where, especially like in copying content and the tools and things that we have to help you put that kind of stuff together. How many chapters are in that Never Quit Mindset book?
10.
And each one of them is a different aspect of mental toughness, right?
Yes.
So if you said, "Hey, in today's presentation, in today's training, I'm gonna there are actually 10 pillars of the never quit mindset." Now I don't have time to teach all of them to you today. I've got a 2.5 hour. How long is your course?
Uh, I think it's 5 hours.
Okay, so I actually have a
Yeah.
5 hour course where I go through these each one in depth,
Yeah.
but I do have time to go over the two most important ones with you today.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. And so instantly, what have I done just by doing that? You instantly know, oh shit, there's 8 more. I'm only
Right.
going to get 2. Okay. So, what are the two most important ones?
I would say um, managing doubt
Okay.
and um, reframing failure.
Okay. So, I would flip those and let's talk about reframing failure first. Okay. We're going to talk about reframing failure and then we're going to do, overcoming doubt,
Yeah.
because then I can see also how you could use that overcoming doubt to make them believe in themselves. You believe in yourself, you make an investment in yourself. And what if you could make an investment that gave you 30 years of a Navy SEALs mindset? And I can see the transition to the offer for that thing in a
Damn.
in a big way.
Nice.
But pretty much when you know your stuff, you can you've got the content. The content isn't the issue. The issue is the sales copy to market the content, to get the people excited, to make them want to grab it, and being able to say the right things in the right way to get them actually to want to buy. Okay. So if you really think about it, I mean, you feel pretty confident that you could make a presentation for 30 minutes on those things and share a
Easily.
story for each one and other stuff like that. So the issue is, how do I come up with the stuff that I need to be able to do the to do the presentation, to do the marketing part? And so guess what, Stu?
No. Is
Yeah,
there
there's a genie for
genie for
that.
that?
There's a
Oh,
genie for that. There's a couple of genies for that
I
actually.
love it.
So the one that
Oh,
is
that's a
the event
classic.
promo with offer, follow up, and cart close. Okay.
Mm.
So this literally will create everything you need to promote any type of event, especially like what we're talking about here. Okay. Or to
Wow.
create the materials to have somebody else promote that event through their affiliate link or through a tracking link or something like that. Okay.
Nice.
So just for grins, um, I'm gonna put in some stuff that we just talked about. Okay. And then
Go ahead.
I'll have you fix it. My name is Stu Smith, and I am the author of The Never Quit Mindset. I am doing a webinar called The Never Quit Mindset Kickstart: How to Overcome the Two Biggest Stumbling Blocks to Becoming Unstoppable in Business, in life, and in your physical fitness. This comes from my 30 years of experience training uh, individuals getting ready for top tier military, first responder, firefighter, and I'm going to help anyone develop a mindset to overcome any obstacle. And especially in this free training, I'm going to show you the 2 pillars that can give you that never quit mindset foundation that works in all aspects and areas of life. I don't know what the hell else to say. Does that sound pretty decent or?
Well, here's something you might be able to go with. Chapter
Okay.
5, failing is a learning experience. That is what I'm trying to teach.
Okay.
And chapter 9, managing doubt. Don't listen to yourself, talk to yourself. And
Okay,
that's all
so
about having a positive inner dialogue.
and 2, how to manage your internal dialogue. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's just hit the easy button and see what it, what it comes up with. What I'm gonna, once I do the easy button, then I think I've got an offer profile already in here for your never quit mindset. I think we've done that before. No. Nope. I guess I've never done an offer for that. Mental toughness offer.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we called it.
Okay. Well, we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say you're going to do this next Wednesday. All right. It says 3 p.m. webinar, cover how to Steve Smith. Should have a, all right,
Yeah.
we'll just go with that. Main ports cover, learn how failing as a learning experience, how to manage your internal dialogue to overcome challenges. Let me see if I did a mental toughness one. Oh, or never quit. Oh, there you go. There's your never quit mindset. Mental toughness mastery. Nah, main solution. Anyway, we'll just pretend that that's the right one for your thing.
Okay.
Total value $2,000. We'll go with entrepreneur. Do they get are you selling them a one-on-one with you?
In the bundle.
Oh, okay. So join now. Get a special one-on-one consultation directly with Stu for a limited time. All right. And we'll do medium. So now what this is doing is going to create your landing page copy for your event. And come on, here we go. Let me hit that again. But basically, this is going to create your landing page copy while that's cooking. It's going to create your promo emails that the person can send out. Self-improvement seekers ready to conquer life's challenges, unlock your unstoppable potential, and transform setbacks into strength. Discover the never quit mindset to navigate life's toughest trials with resilience and confidence, just like a Navy SEAL. Title, never quit. Are you tired of feeling held back? Time to break free. Join Steve Smith. So that's pretty good start.
Yeah, okay? Yeah, that's really good.
And the point is that do you have people on your list who have not bought your book yet?
Sure.
Okay. So you could literally do this event to your list. I know you're always doing Q&As and stuff, but I mean, I
will do it. It's going to be one of my Q&As.
Okay. but what I'm saying is it shouldn't be your Q&A.
It's going to be one of my lives. Okay.
You should
Yeah.
do a live presentation where people know that you're showing up and you're going to teach them, and then you're going to make an offer.
Okay.
You're going to and you're like, well, I'm not really sure how to make an offer. Well, and you're like, maybe I'll have Jim come on and make the offer. I'll come on and close them for you.
Sure. Here's my closer.
There you go. It's my friend Jim, and he's enthusiastic about what we're doing here. And he asked me, hey, Stu, can I come on and tell him? Because I think they might not understand how important this is. Anyway,
Man, that's
so
awesome.
and they're like, we like you, Stu, but that Jim guy, he's a little intense. So anyway, this genie does everything for you. I mean, it creates all your emails, all the emails to follow it up, all the emails to remind people to show up. It creates your social media posts. It'll create your tweets. Okay. And they don't call them tweets anymore. I guess if you do 3 X's, is that called triple X? I don't know. I mean, I'm just not sure what they call this stuff now. Tweets on X. But see, here's the thing. You're like, hey, how do I come up with a pitch for this thing? Well, let me show you something. This may be something you're not really aware of. So we'll come under not, I meant to do offer. And we'll do our offer profile full stack. Now, I think we have something here. I thought we had done one of these for you. Stu's book release. Nope. That's the FBI thing. Yeah, I thought we had done it. That's my bad. But you know what? We're going to do it real quick right here. All right. So what's the page on Stu Smith Fitness for that offer? Where's you made a whole offer thing for like a package deal, right?
Yeah, it's a bundle.
Where is it?
Let me see. Go to special training deals at the very bottom of that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there. So the Never Quit Mindset bundle. You can search it too. Just type in bundle in the search.
Never Quit Mindset Coaching Bundle. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. This is where the easy button earns its stuff. So I'm going to drop this in, and they get like what, 4 things, 3 things?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell it we want 4 things.
Okay.
And it'll be close enough. So it's analyzing your offer, putting the stuff in. We'll build out this offer, and then I'm going to show you something cool that you might not know is there. So Never Quit Mindset Coaching Bundle, big benefits, offer stack, strategy session, masterclass, weekly workouts, Never Quit Stretching, total value, their price. All right. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the hell I saved that over top of, but it doesn't matter.
I think it was one of mine. It was the FBI one. That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where people kind of struggle to be able to present their offer. Okay. So down here, you got all kinds of stuff: offer expansion, highlight the value, description. It'll redo your individual stack items and help you write those up a lot better. But right here, even just to be able to do this, we go under PPTX full stack offer slides. This takes your offer and turns it into the thing that you can put at the end of your whatever presentation you come up with, and now it helps you to pitch it.
Nice.
So let me tell you real quick about the Never Quit Mindset Coaching Bundle, and you got to do a little bit of a
Oh yeah.
number to it. This will enable you to achieve more than you thought possible in business and in life without doubting yourself or fearing failure. So the first thing you're going to get is a Never Quit Mindset Strategy session. This is a live coaching session with me, Stu Smith. I'm going to give you personalized advice for overcoming the specific challenges you're facing right now. I'm going to help you unlock actionable strategies for success that are going to work for you. And we're going to dismantle those obstacles and regain control in your life. And then I would talk about how you're going to get the recording of it and, the transcript of it and all that stuff. Next, you're going to get the Never Quit Mindset Masterclass. Okay. Tell them online course, blah, blah, blah. Then you're going to get weekly workout access. So I'm going to send you this and this and this and this and this. And also, this is my latest, because if your mind is loose, then if your body's loose, your mind can be loose too. So basically, and now, so you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this. Total value $675. You'd be able to do it for this. Now, that might seem overly simplistic, but man, I've seen so many people blow this, just this one little bit.
Yeah.
And, now if you start throwing in other stuff where this will, like this section right here, the objection crushing bonus brainstormer. Maybe you need a couple extra little bonuses to throw in there to make it a little bit sweeter when you're making a live offer, because you're like, hey, that sounds pretty good, but you know what? Everybody who's here today, if you sign up right now, next Tuesday, I'm going to be doing this, and it's going to be live, and it's only for the people that are here. And
but wait, there's more.
Well, hey man, but wait, there's more. Has made a lot of people a lot of money.
I love it.
So what does this have to do with the thing that we talked about right at the beginning of I lost my list, how do I rebuild my list? Well, we didn't say, do I want to rebuild a list of subscribers? Do I want to rebuild a list of buyers? Best subscribers are buyers, okay, not tire kickers. So what this does is this creates the value. It creates an opportunity for somebody to put you in front of their list. It creates an opportunity for people to see your value and spend money with you. And I'll be honest with you, if you don't have a list, the last thing you want to do is just build up a list of people who aren't buying from you. Because that gets really crappy quick. So bottom line is, if you do it this way, it creates that great loop of, hey, I'm bringing people into my world. I'm making money. I'm helping other people make money, the affiliate. And then once you've got an event that is working, you'll have some money to start buying some ads to see if you can scale it up with running ads instead of trying to just move from one person to the next to try and get them to do your webinar with you, which can be a challenge. So that's my answer to the question.
I love it. Great job.
Robert says you've been sham wowed. I love that dude, Vince.
Yeah, he was good.
He was interesting. So that's really all I got. I mean, I'm happy if anybody's got a question or something like that. I'm happy to answer it. But I mean, that's honest to God, that's what I would do. That's, that we got other stuff about maybe making your stack a little bit better, cooler, all that good stuff. While we're waiting to see if anybody has any questions or anything like that. I want to look at one thing real quick because there's something else. Here we are. Well, one of the things that you can do is and this is something that you can build into um, your close, is if we were to take this offer, okay, and we were to just copy this, and then we would go over to Genie Chat, and we can ask Genie Chat, give me the top 10 objections someone would have in my target audience to my offer below, and give me a 2 to 3 sentence rebuttal for each objection.
I like that.
So then what you can do when it's doing this is you can build on your slides maybe an objection of, I don't, I don't know what to do, or I'm someone who does better with one-on-one coaching. Well, you know what? That's great, because with the Never Quit Mindset strategy session, you're going to jump on with me and I'm going to show you, and we're going to talk exactly what you need to do. So that's one way to use objections, is to preface each um, each element of your stack with an objection, or follow it with one. But then there's also sometimes an opportunity for, at the end of giving the stack, you can say, hey, now at this point you might be thinking this, you might be thinking this, you might be thinking this. So you just knock the legs out from under them. So, I don't have time to commit, not sure if coaching will work for me. This seems too expensive for my budget. um, I'm skeptical about whether it's worth the money. I don't believe I can change my mindset at this point. What if I don't connect with the coaching style? I prefer traditional learning methods. What if I don't see results? So those are decent. Another thing you can ask it is, give me a list of not objections, but false or entrenched beliefs that someone might have in this area that is stopping them, and give me a rebuttal for those. So what's the difference between an objection and a false belief? Typically an objection is about the thing itself, as opposed to a false belief is typically about the topic. Okay.
Neat.
And so it's cooking on that. I'm not the type of person who can change my mindset. Success is meant for other people, not for me. I should be able to do this on my own. If I had what it takes, I wouldn't need coaching. Mindset coaching is a fad and won't last. I need to wait until I'm a better place to start. You see how the difference between an objection and a false belief?
Oh, sure.
Now, the last thing we can have it do is, give me a list of the top 10 frequently asked questions someone would have in this area, and the answers to those questions that would help them to make a buying decision. So you see what I'm doing here? You're obviously not going to use all 30 of these if you were building out your presentation. But the fact that we went from, what the hell how am I going to promote this thing? Because you know what you're going to teach, okay? And you can use the presentation constructor Genie to do that. But we went from, what the hell am I going to teach, to, okay, I know I'm going to teach. Now I've got the thing to be able to promote it. Now I've got the part of the presentation that's going to be at the end, and to do the pitch. Now I've got the stuff I need to overcome people's objections, their false beliefs, and their frequently asked questions. And this frequently asked questions thing actually can also go at the bottom of your sales page as well, because that's a great place for an FAQ on this. Okay. What is it? What can I expect from the strategy session? How much time will I need to invest in the program? Can I really see results in a week? What if I don't connect with the coaching style? Stu, come to your house and punch you in the face. Is this suitable for somebody with no experience? What makes your coaching program different? Is there a money back guarantee? What resources will I have access to? How do I get started? So, I mean, these are all things that you think, oh, I know the answers to these. Yeah, you do. They don't.
Oh, it's good.
And, you know, anyway, so think about what we just did there. Literally, we went from I don't have my list anymore to this is exactly what I'd teach. Great. You're going to teach it. How do you promote it? Well, I'll use the Genie to create not only the landing page copy, but all the emails and everything to promote it. Then I'm like, okay, well, then how am I going to pitch it? Great. So we got our pitch stack. We've got our objections to overcome. We've got our false beliefs to overcome or neutralize. And then we've got our FAQ. So you can see how the tools, list building is more than just getting somebody to maybe show up for something and give you their email. So now we're talking about building a list of subscribers. We're building a list of a list of leads, and we're building a list of customers. That's a lot to get done in 44 minutes, Stu.
No, that was really good. I mean, that's a good way to break it down. And I think those are always healthy drills to do.
Sure.
You know, just like storm prepping. You know,
Yeah, your battery's 10 years old.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
ready for the next storm, right? But, you know, it's always nice to be ready for, you know, the outage, the loss of data, and, you know, just be
Sure.
ready to roll when you're ready.
Well,
Backup plans and all that.
and then the question becomes, okay, well, if that's what you would do and it makes perfect sense,
Let's do it
then
now.
the question is what, right? Say that again.
Let's do it now.
Right. Why are you
Yeah,
not doing it now?
let's keep doing it. Yeah.
Right. And that, the problem is you get busy, maybe you're comfortable, maybe the old thing of why did the Vikings burn their boats was so they'd have no retreat. They could only move forward. And that's the problem is if you have an avenue of retreat, if you have a comfy camp, might not be the camp you want, but we'll eat tonight.
Yeah.
So,
you know, it's funny. At SEAL training, there's this high obstacle. They call it the slide for life, right? You got to go up like 3 stories, climbing this tower, and then there's a rope that goes diagonal to the ground, and you get to slide down it like a little tree sloth, right? And there used to be no net under it, right? And every now and then somebody would fall.
would you call them sand darts?
Yep, sand darts. So every now and then somebody would fall. And when I say every now and then, I mean like once every 5 years.
Okay.
And then they decided in this, to be safe, let's put a net under here. And then you started having, about 5 people every class was falling.
Really?
Yeah. So it gave you that safety net.
Literally.
Yeah.
Interesting. When you slid, did you slide on top of the rope or did you go underneath?
You couldn't go commando style, they call it, on top of it until 3rd phase. So your first 2 phases, you had to tree sloth it.
Okay.
So anyway, I thought that was a nice little parallel to.
Dude, I never heard that story.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that it's going to be okay if you don't do it, it's easy to kind of ease off the gas. I guarantee I could run an 8-minute mile if I had a cheetah chasing me. Now he'd have to slow down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think I could do it any faster. We'd have to turn around and try and fight the cheetah. But I guarantee I could run an 8-minute mile if I had a rabid something chasing me.
Yeah.
But hopefully there's a big gun or a door I can slam at the end of that mile.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, but if you had to isolate the whole thing, like if you were going to isolate this whole process, looking at this, Stu, what is the singular most important, most pivotal part of this process?
The offer.
Well, as far as making money, yeah, the
Yeah.
offer. Okay,
Yeah.
but in order for them to get to the offer, what do you got to have?
Oh, the event.
But what makes them sign up for the event?
Man, Jim, I'm not good today. Well, you
The,
got to help me.
the most important part of this whole process is the promise of the result.
I would have gotten to that.
Singular. I knew that you were kind of working
I
your
was
way
close.
down
I
the
was close.
checklist of
I
it.
was close.
But if you really think about it, when I said it's the promised result for the avatar that the avatar really, 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 really wants.
Yeah. Okay.
You can trip on your private parts in this process at every step and still make money and still have it work if your promised result is good enough. So that's
Okay.
why everything always starts with the avatar. You know, and that's where you can, you know, use the tools, use your own brain, but this is also where wirea kicks in. So, you know, why, you know what wirea is, right? You
Yeah,
had kids.
sure.
What's
Bunch of whys.
wirea? Why,
Bunch of
Dad?
whys. Why this? Why that? Yeah.
Why? It's like, because I'm going to beat you if you don't stop. I mean, that's usually, you know, how it ended. So why does somebody want to never quit mindset, Stu?
So they can accomplish things they set out to do.
Right. What's the problem right there? Why does is somebody an avatar?
No.
No. Why does someone trying to get an X-ray contract to be a Green Beret want a never quit mindset, Stu?
Well, that's obvious.
Is it?
Because he wants to graduate.
Okay, but why does he need the never quit mindset?
Because quitting is an option every day.
Why does that matter?
Well, you won't get to your goal if you quit before the training's done.
Why does that matter? I'm not being a dick. We're getting down to the emotional stuff.
Well, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. How bad you want it matters. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But that we're getting there. But see, it's the problem is that you're so close to it that it's hard to, I can tell you, know, the reason why you need to develop this is so that the dream that you've had since you were a little kid of being a Green Beret doesn't die on the first day of selection. And you spend the rest of your life regretting a decision that you made in the heat of the moment when you were mentally weak. Whereas if you had been mentally strong, you could have lasted that extra 30 seconds and made it to becoming one of the most elite warriors in the world. And that's what this does for you. Now, that sounds pretty good. I mean, that's like
that was great. And you're right. I was thinking more about what it does instead of what
payoff.
Yeah, exactly.
But and so then that translates into the key to making it to and through selection. I almost said erection, selection, and earning the Green Beret. Okay.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the avatar. See, we want to, oh man, everybody needs this. As soon as you say everybody needs this, everybody needs to see this, you are hosed.
Yeah.
Because it was a, you know, why does somebody need this? We ain't selling to somebody, we're selling to very specific people.
Yes.
Anyway, just you can see how all these things that we teach in copying content I mean, this is it. This is really how it's done. This is why we've got a process baked into everything that we do. This is why the people who are in copying content get results instead of sitting around jerking around with ChatGPT.
I love that.
Okay, because it's not just about the tools. If it was just about the tools, everybody would pay $20 a month to ChatGPT, and your life would be different. It's about tools. It's about a process. It's about the know-how. And Vicky asked a question, could this webinar become evergreen? Sure. Yeah, absolutely it could. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm about to
In
make
fact,
something right now. Is why do you need a never quit mindset? Can I answer that question, Jim?
yeah.
I love it.
But who's the you?
Good one.
That's the
Exactly.
thing, you know?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want to be a Navy SEAL, this is why. If you want to be a Green Beret, this is why. Maybe you could do special operator.
Yeah.
Those all could go
I could
together.
probably clump
But
them together. Yeah.
but you know what? The answer is going to be different for a first responder.
Absolutely.
Okay, why why you need it? Because first time you see blood or the first time it gets tough, your ability to anyway, you know what to do.
No, I love it. Love it. Good call. Good call.
Cool. All right, everybody. This was fun. If you're not a member of copycontent.ai, you should be. And if you are, thanks for being. If you have not registered for the webinar we're doing this afternoon on how to get your first or next book done, you want to make sure you head over to authoritybookblueprint.com and sign up for the event. And Stu, if they want to get in shape and be amazing, where should they go?
StuSmithFitness.com.
That's right.
That's where I am.
StuSmithFitness.com, where not only can you be fit physically, but you can be fit mentally.
Oh, yeah,
with the
there you
Never
go.
Quit Mindset book or bundle program. All right, everybody, have a great day. See you this afternoon. Bye.